picked to finish 5th in the Pac-10 by the Pac-10 coaches, so not a lot of faith that this team would be here, but Jim McLaughlin is an amazing, amazing coach.
Jordan Larson with an incredible kill up on the left side, and now the Huskers trying to cut into this deficit but trail by 5.
Well, they need to do it now. I mean, they can't wait. They can't let the Huskies get to 10 or 11 or 12 before they make their push. They've got to close this gap now.
Caleb Anworth, the libero, on the serve. And it's a net violation, and the Huskies give away another point.
And Becky Perry just not very disciplined with her platform. Ball served right to her, and Jim McLaughlin.
9-5 is the score in the decisive 5th set. Caleb Anworth, the libero for Nebraska, set to serve for the Cornhuskers, trail by 4. This is Carlson off the block, and it lands in. That's Amanda Gates, the senior, and Lindsay Light, the sophomore, on the block.
Well, that's 3 straight points for Nebraska, and that's what they had to do. They had to get back into this match. Now they've done it by a block, a kill, and an ace.
Served by Bannon, received by Perry. They set up Carlson again. Nice up by Larson. She goes for the kill. Pancake by Perry, a scramble, and Washington sees it go on.
Yashiro is trying to get over there and take some of her area, but right now, if they can keep serving Perry, that's been the recipe for success.
A 4-0 run by the Huskers in this 5th set. That's Hadlin from the back. Jordan Larson off the block. That's what she did so well in the 3rd and 4th sets, and we're seeing it here again in the 5th.
And how quickly that lead has evaporated for the Huskies. Nebraska, exactly what they needed to do. They got back into it. Homegrown players, it's very impressive to see the way volleyball is all across the country.
We're in a 5th set and decisive set in the regional final. Jordan Larson, easy pickings, and off of Becky Perry in the back left corner.
Well, it took Jim McLaughlin a long time to get Becky Perry out of this game. Finally, Jill Collmore is going to come in for her, but you know he needed to do that a couple of points ago. Perry is really struggling with the serve receive. The sophomore is just right now not rising to that challenge. To see if Collmore can do a better job.
We're tied in the 5th set. Banworth to serve again. Carlson, nice up by Banworth, gets it back to Collmore. Salvo on the block. Yep, they're gonna say it touched Ariel Salvo. We're gonna have to take a look at it on the replay. Nebraska gets a point. They take the lead in this 5th set, 10-9.
7 straight points. That is almost unheard of to have that many in a row.
Nebraska showing their toughness in the 5th set. Banworth is serving and leading it here. We see Jordan Larson. Nice roof there by Washington. Larson again, this one out of bounds, and Washington will get the serve back and try to make a run of their own.
Well, it's just amazing. Volleyball is a crazy, crazy game, and Nebraska just all of a sudden, yeah, clearly off the block there.
Off the block there.
Unbelievable that at this level, a team can reel off 8-9 straight points.
This is the toughness of Nebraska. John Cook said it. He said it might not be his most talented, but the chemistry says it all. Carlson again, this time blocked, and the defense for Nebraska getting it done in this 5th set. They are 3 points away from going to the semifinals.
I'm not sure I've ever seen
9 points.
Anything like this. 9 consecutive points. Washington has no answer for what Nebraska's bringing to him.
Banworth again on the serve. Oh man, and how much did Washington need that? Ariel Salvo, who had 9 kills in the 4th set, coming up big finally in the 5th.
Yeah, but you know, too late. I mean, where was that play 5 or 6 plays ago when they were just throwing it outside every single time? They finally moved a player around and got an opening.
Salvo now on the serve. A little joust at the net. Jordan Larson, and teams trading at the net, but now Washington will set something up. Jill Collmore, and it was off the Nebraska player, and it's 12-11. Coach, this match has lived up to the billing. It's been spectacular throughout.
Well, going into this, we really felt like this was going to be a very close match. Obviously, the set 1 made us think maybe not, but a lot of resiliency by both of these teams coming back when the odds were stacked against them.
Washington back set for Carlson. It's off of Sydney Anderson, kept alive by Tara Mueller. Nice heads-up play. Here's Washington now again on the attack. Carlson, and it's a block by Jordan Larson, and we know big players will come up when you need them most. That was Larson right there.
Well, the double contact is legal on the first ball. It slipped through Anderson's hands, went off her head. That is a completely legal double contact on the first ball.
Rachel Schwartz now serving for Nebraska. They're 2 points away from heading home to Omaha and a chance at the national title. Jordan Larson, yep, that hit off the block, kept alive by Salva. They set it up. Collymore off the block. Nice up by Salva. Back set for Gates. It's out of bounds, wide down the right side, and a nail-biter in this fifth set. You can't ask for much more.
Well, you can. Again, you know, Nebraska put on that incredible run to get back into this. The question is, can they finish?
Only one 5-set match for them this entire season, but of course a 5th-set match in the regular season, a 5th-set match in the regional final. 2 different animals. That's Tamari Miyashiro on the serve. Jordan Larson and runs into the roof of Jessica Swarbrick and Kendra Carlson. It's 13-13. We're tied up in this final set.
Well, that ball was set a little bit tight and a little bit low. Nowhere for Larson to go, but right into the hands of Jenna Haglund.
Miyashiro to serve again. Nebraska setting up for their go-to. Larson off the top of the block. Haglund able to keep it alive. Set up for Collymore. Off the block and keeps it up to Carlson. It's out of bounds, and Nebraska is 1 point away from taking this regional final and heading to Omaha. And it's all now on the serve of Jordan Larson. This could be appropriate. 2-time All-American, one of the best that Nebraska has ever seen, serving in the 5th set, and it's a service ace. And Nebraska has done it. They were down 2-0. They put together 3 in a row to win this match. They take out the number 5th seed Washington, and the Cornhuskers are going back home. It's the Quest Center in Omaha, Nebraska, the site of the national semifinals. Book it. Nebraska will be there.
John Cook said before this match, if we make it back to Omaha, it will be the biggest story in Nebraska volleyball history. The odds were stacked against them. They were rebuilding. They lost 4 All-Americans. And this team found a way to pull together. They might not be the most talented, but this team is resilient, showed a lot of toughness, and played together.